Today I'm just going to show you how I created this tiger makeup look for Freshers Week. I hope you like the look. Let's get started. Here I'm just going to take my Benefit Bravo Conditioning Primer and I'm just going to pop this onto my brow just to set it in place and get it ready for the makeup product. Then I'm just going to take my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 2, and basically what I'm going to do is just underline my brow first, and then I'm going to overline my brow and basically just give a nice outline before going into the next product. Then I'm just going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Taupe, and then what I'm going to do is just focus this towards the end of the brow, just because I don't have a lot of brow hairs at the end, but I'm going to start in the middle and work my way to the end just to give myself a strong definition, but keeping the front of my brow slightly more natural. And then I'm just going to use my spoolie on the end of the pencil to just brush through that and mould it all together. Then I'm just going to go in with my L'Oreal Paris Brow Artist Plumper. It doesn't have a shade, but it's the blonde sort of colour, just to give it a little bit more definition, because obviously I am blonde haired, and also just to help set the brow hairs in place. I'm then going to take Stay Don't Stray by Benefit, and this is in the shade Light Medium. I'm going to take my Morphe M410 brush, and I'm basically going to outline my brow underneath, around the edge, and then a little bit over the top, leaving the front bit fluffy, and then I will take it onto my actual eyelid and pat that out just to make a nice base for the eyeshadow. Just going to take my damp beauty blender and just pat this into my eye just to make sure it's nice and flat. I'm then just going to take my Zoeva Luxe Crease Brush 228 and dip into the Morphe 350M palette. I don't know what this shade is called because they don't have the shade names, but it's just this nice sort of warm orange colour just to set as a nice transition. I'm then just buffing this into my crease and then blending it out. I'm then just going to take my Real Techniques 200 brush and just buff out into the crease any last bits of blending, as it's got no product on it, and then go back in with my Luxe Crease Brush by Zoeva and blend this colour in further and add a bit more definition. I'm then going to take my Zoeva Luxe Soft Definer 227 brush and dip back into that Morphe palette, taking the strong warm orange in the top right corner, and just blend this into my crease, but not bringing it as far up as the other transition orange colour. I'm then going to go back in with my Zoeva Luxe Crease Brush, just because I do like to then go back in and blend the previous colours in together. I'm then going to go in back into that Morphe palette and pick up the dark red right at the bottom, and I'm going to use my Morphe M139 brush. This is a tapered blending brush, so this is going to focus more in my crease rather than blending out over the whole eye, just because it gives more of a gradient effect from the lighter orange colours going into that sort of darker red colour. It just looks a lot nicer. I'm then going to go back in with my Zoeva 227 brush and just blend out any harsh edges that I have made with the previous colour. And then I'm going to dip back in with the Zoeva 228 brush and blend it out even further, but still keeping that nice warm dark gradient. I am then going to go back into that Morphe palette into this warm brown with my Real Techniques B04 brush. I'm going to focus this more towards the outer corner just because I do want to warm up the eye in a darker way rather than with the warmer orange and red tones that I've already used, but also just because it looks a lot nicer. So you've got the gradient up to down and the gradient from the inner to the outer corner, as well as giving my eye a little bit more definition. I'm then going to go in with my Zoeva Luxe Petite Crease Brush 231, and then I'm going to take that same darker brown colour and focus it towards the end of my eye, just building up that colour a little bit more. I'm then going to go in with an even darker brown colour and then use the same brush and just go right in the corner to darken it up a little bit more. I'm then going to take that Real Techniques B04 brush and just blend out the edges of that darker colour. I'm then going to go back in with the Luxe Crease 228 brush and blend out the top bit just to make sure that it's equal to the other eye. I'm then going to take my Morphe M14 brush and the Benefit Stay Don't Stray Light Medium and just pat that over my eye and use the brush to cut my crease. I'm then going to take my Zoeva Petite Crease 231 brush and just blend out that edge that I've done within the cut crease. I'm then going to swap to the softer, finer 227 Zoeva brush just to give out a softer blend. I'm now going to take my MAC Dazzle Shadow Liquid in the shade Blinking Brilliant, and I'm just going to pop this over my cut crease just as a base glitter. I'm then going to take my Zoeva Luxe Smoky Shader 234 brush and I'm going to take my Peaches and Cream pigment in the shade Famous, and I'm just going to slowly pat this over my lid on top of the MAC Dazzle Shadow Liquid that I already put on, just so it sticks down better and adds a lot more gold pigment. I'm then going to take that same Luxe Smoky Shader brush and just blend it out into the darker shades, and then go back in with my Luxe Petite Crease Brush 231 Zoeva brush and blend that in with the gold shade and that darker brown colour. I'm then going to take my L'Oreal Paris Perfect Slim Intense Black Liner. I'm going to create a wing from the outer corner and then bring it into the inner corner, just because this makes a nice base for my fake lashes, but also just because I do like a wing liner. I'm then just going to take a cotton pad with some micellar water and just wipe this under my eye just to get rid of any of the leftover glitter or pigment that may have fallen down onto my face while doing my eyeshadow / eyeliner, and also clean up my wing liner while I'm there. I'm then just going to take my eyelash curlers and curl my natural lashes. I'm then going to take my Benefit Their Real Tinted Primer and pop this onto my lashes. Then I'm going to go over the top of my Benefit Roller Lash Mascara in black and pop this over the top. I'm then going to go in with my Dull Beauty lashes in the style The Lord Lash. I'm then going to go in with my clear duo glue to stick these down onto my eye. Once these have stuck down nicely, I'm just going to go back in with Benefit's Roller Lash just to stick my natural lash to the fake lash. I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Paris Pore Refining Primer. I'm going to focus this more on the centre of my face, just where the pores are, and then blend this out to the edges of my face. I'm then going to go in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade 3W1 Tawny, and I'm just going to dot this all over my face before blending it in with my flat-ended brush. I don't actually know where this is from because the name has rubbed off of it. I'm then just going to go in with my Makeup Revolution Hyaluronic Fix Spray and just spritz this over my face before going in with my beauty blender to just blend out my foundation a little bit further. I'm then just going to go in with my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C5. I'm just going to pop this under my eyes on any blemishes, under my contour and in between my eyes. I'm then just going to go in with my beauty blender and blend this out nicely. I'm just going to take my Smashbox Photo Filter Powder Foundation in the shade 5 and I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques B01 powder brush and just pop this all over my face, focusing a little bit more under the eye to set the concealer, but then patting it everywhere else. I do like to put my powder all over my face just as I am very oily, so I want to keep myself as matte as possible. I'm then going to go into my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, taking that lighter subconscious colour in the corner with my Real Techniques 301 flat contour brush. I'm just going to pop this right under my cheekbones and then blend it out with that brush and then the fluffier brush later. I'm then going to take my Benefit Hoola bronzer brush and brush out the contour I've already done, as well as popping back into that Kat Von D Shadow Play palette and bronze up the rest of my face. I'm going to take my Limited Collection Angled Blush Brush and my NARS Duo Intensity Adoration Blush. I'm going to take the darker blush colour and pop that on the apples of my cheeks, and then go back in with the topper, which is a more like lighter highlight pink colour, and pop that over the top of the darker pink colour. I'm then just going to go back in with my Hoola bronzer brush and just blend in what I've already done. I'm then just going to go over the top of my Real Techniques B01 powder brush with whatever powder is left, just to buff out the blush that I did. And then go over the top with my Urban Decay Velvetizer underneath my contour with my beauty blender, just to sharpen up the contour a little bit. Then just going to go back into that Morphe palette, taking the dark orange in the top corner, back onto my Zoeva Luxe Petite Crease 231 brush. I'm going to dip in and take that under my eye just to warm it up a little bit. Just going to take that same Real Techniques brush and wipe away any powder that might have fallen down that I put under my eye, as well as going back in with my Benefit They're Real primer and my Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. Just going to go back in with that Real Techniques powder brush and wipe away the powder under the contour. I'm then going to take my MAC highlighter in Whisper of Guilt and my Morphe M501 brush. I'm going to take this on the tops of my cheeks, slightly around my eye, as well as down the centre of my nose and on my cupid's bow. And then just going in with my Remington hair dryer just to dry off my hair as it's not fully dry yet. Then to create the tiger print on the side of my head, I'm just going to go in with my L'Oreal Paris Slim Liner. Basically what I'm doing is just creating some thicker lines and some thinner lines, doing a bit of a range just to make it a little bit different. Tigers aren't actually like this, as you probably know, but obviously just for a side print it looks quite nice. I'm also just filling it in with just a random black liner pencil that I found just to make it a little bit more black. So just blending it into my hairline just to make it look a little bit more realistic and blended. I then am going in with my Duo Fiber Face Brush from Real Techniques and that blush from NARS. I just decided it'd be nicer to have a slightly pinker base underneath. I realised this halfway through when doing the tiger print. I then decided to go into that darker orange in the corner in the Morphe palette, taking my Duo Fiber contour brush by Real Techniques just to blend out the pink and have a nice gradient between the pink and the orange, as obviously tigers are that colour. I'm just going back in with that liner, creating more lines across the side of my face to finish off the tiger print. I'm then just going to go in with some glitters that I got off eBay. I'm not really sure where I got them, but you can get like 6 packs for like £2 or something ridiculous. I'm then just going to go in with some glue that my mum got me and pop this in random parts of my face just to give a sort of highlighted effect to the tiger print that I'd already done. I'm just going to take this flat foundation brush that I had from Real Techniques, I'm not sure fully what the name is, this is not there anymore, and just pat on the glitter onto the places where I put the glue. I'm then just going in with a thinner brush from Real Techniques, which I'm also not sure what the name is, and some more glue, and just taking some slight light silver glitter that I also got from eBay, just to add a bit more definition to the colour of the glitter that I've already placed on my face. Go to the other side of my face with some glue, creating a sort of C shape and popping some glitter on there with that same Real Techniques brush, just because I can never have enough glitter. Just gonna finish the whole look by brushing my hair, popping my hair down, putting in some earrings that I got from Primark and just other bits and bobs like that. I do actually like to go in with hairspray just to hold any of paint and liner that I did so it doesn't leak while I'm out clubbing, just because obviously when you get hot and sweaty and you've done all of this makeup, you don't want it to run off of your face. I'm just taking my VO5 Firm Hold hairspray, which is also obviously waterproof, and then just sorting out my hair and then making sure that I'm happy with the look that I did, and also putting a bit of glitter on my collarbones. I'm then just going in with my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the shade 1993 and outlining my lips. I do like to slightly overline my lips just because I do think it looks quite nice on me. I'm then just taking my Bare Minerals XYZ Matte Liquid Lipstick. I think this is a limited edition that was out at Christmas, but it's my perfect sort of nudie pink colour for me. That is also the completed look. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this video helped you and gave you some ideas. If you have anything that you want me to know, let me know. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe.